Fall Nutrition Challenge. I'm proud of each of you for taking that first step and signing up. And I know that while this won't be easy to do, I know that you will be able to accomplish it. So I wanted to give you 5 things to do before you start. As you know, we start next Monday, and I want to make you as successful as possible. Number 1, don't think about this as a weight loss challenge. If you would like to track your weight, I can't stop you from doing it, but what I would encourage you to do is to think about doing your measurements. So measure your chest, your waist, and your hips, and see what decline you have in those areas instead of trying to see a decline on the scale. It's not really the purpose of the challenge. It's something that we can focus on in later dates, but you might find it more of a deterrent than an aid. The second thing is just make sure you continue eating as you normally would right now. Don't try to hugely clean up your eating. Save that for the challenge, because 30 days is a great way for you to set your mind to a goal and accomplish that. But then I also don't want you binge eating. So don't say, well, I'm not going to eat sugar for a month, so I'm going to make sure I eat all my sugar this month, or even Saturday or Sunday. Just say, I'm going to have as much as I can because then I'm not going to have any. You can do that, and then once you do that and you take sugar out, the crash that your body experiences because you've overloaded with sugar is going to lead to more headaches, is going to lead to more fatigue, and is going to lead to an irritability that might have you drop out of the challenge. So please just eat like you are right now, understanding that we have choices to make every day, that we won't make perfect choices, but let's just not load up on sugar because that will make the challenge even more difficult. I want you to clean out your cabinets. By the same token, if you have it in the house, and the first week you might be just a champion where you are not making any errors, any issues, any bad choices, and then all of a sudden that second week hits and you're like, oh, I'm just going to have a few handfuls of that sugary cereal for my kids. Because sometimes it's not even the things we have for ourselves, it's the things that we have in the house for others. So I would just encourage you to make sure that's not a part of what is in your cabinets or in your fridge. Just get that stuff out of there. Don't necessarily consume it all, as we talked about in the last step, but you know what? I don't think you're going to go broke if you get rid of a box of sugary cereal that you didn't finish. It might be something you never get back to. So I'd encourage you to just clean that stuff out and start fresh. I'd also encourage you not to try to hide it in a cabinet that you like put a lock on or you're not going to touch, because again, push comes to shove, and when that sugar dragon starts knocking at the door, he can be difficult to push away, especially with the force, the weight of sugar that it can have on us. So I just encourage you to clean that out. Also, plan and shop for your meals for the upcoming week. Don't have October 1st be the first time that you think about the food that you're going to start taking in over this challenge. I want you to go through and have a nice plan for what does Monday look like? What does Tuesday look like? You know what, Wednesday as a family, we have this event that we're going to, so that meal needs to be more convenient. That meal maybe needs to be cooked ahead of time. Maybe that meal is something extremely simple, like just some chicken and veggies. Whatever it might be, I want you to be thinking about your week ahead of time. In the files section of the Facebook page, you are going to find a template that you can use for meal planning of the week. It gives you just each day of the week, and then snack ideas that you have, and then also an area that you can take some notes about maybe things that are coming up to think about. You can use your own template, but I just wanted to give you a tool to use if you're not used to meal planning, and it just kind of frames the idea for you. I would encourage you, if you can, to think about the month ahead of the whole month at one time, and then move forward into that. However, thinking about a whole month can be overwhelming. So at least think week by week. If you think day by day, then the chances of getting burnt out and just not having the right choices because you didn't stock your house with what you need for each day, that becomes difficult. So I just encourage you to at least shop a week at a time and have that plan for how you're going to move forward. I want you to adopt the motto that consistency is greater than perfection. We're not looking for perfection here. What we're looking for is constant choices where we say, this is not a good choice for me, this is a good choice, so I'm going to remove that one and I'm going to take on this one. We've given you the list of foods that will set you up to be the most successful in this challenge, and I would encourage you to go through that and know what those are. It's not a long list, it's a boring list, it's not super fun. You're not going to find crazy, overly flavorful foods in there. But these are the things that are going to give your body the fuel that it needs. You're going to see increased performance when you work out. You're going to feel better. You won't be as bloated. You're not going to have your tongue as happy as maybe it would be on some of the other choices, but you will feel better in taking more of these food and removing the other. One thing that really was not mentioned is we talked about, you guys have talked about in the comments about wanting to make good choices and be a good example. So a lot of times the choices that you're going to make, you're not going to make for the rest of your life, but in this challenge I'm going to ask for you to take on. One of those is, let's stay away from alcohol during this challenge. And I say that because the way that your body deals with alcohol is that every time you ingest that into your body, it spends all its effort just trying to purge that out of your system. So your workout, everything that you're trying to accomplish during this challenge is negated because your body is working so hard to take care of that it feels is a toxin that you've put into your body. So let's stay away from alcohol if we can during this challenge, because that's only going to help our progress. I look forward to speaking to you some more. Share comments and thoughts. We'll get through this together. I'm excited, and we're going to triumph, and you're going to do awesome. I look forward to it. Have a great day.